access Nutritics, go to www.nutritics.com/p/download. That will take you to the login page. Enter your username and your password, and then that will take you here to the Nutritics homepage. You'll see that down the left hand side of the page are details of any clients that have already been put in. To enter a new client, simply hit this New Client blue tab here on the top left, and that will open up two panes. This first pane here to enter the personal details of the client, and then the second pane to enter their food details. So give this a name. And please bear in mind when you're entering the details to respect client confidentiality. So you may need a system to protect your client's identity. Down the bottom here is where we enter details of how active the client is. So what kind of work do they have? So what do they do generally during the day? And then details of any structured activity they may take. Here we can adjust depending on whether the client wants to maintain, gain or lose weight. And again down here we can make notes about the client, but please do bear in mind that confidentiality issues. To create your food diary, you in the centre pane here hit this blue tab Create. Give the log a name, and then here select how many days you're going to keep the log for. So as you increase the number of days, you will see that the number of days increases here. To add a food, you simply type it in, select the closest match on the list, hit the blue insert button, and then in order to actually add it to that day, you need to click inside this white square, and you need to then choose what the portion size is. If it's been weighed, and then you can specifically type in how much the client ate. You'll notice that for some foods such as milk here, because there's such a big selection, you can narrow it down using the options here at the top. If your client is eating foods that actually aren't in Nutritics, the good thing about it is that you can then add in a new food. You hit this blue tab here and it will allow you to either manually add a new food, manually add a recipe, or create a food request to Nutritics. To create a new food, you'll need to give it a name and a description, what type of food it is, and then you'll need the food label to hand in order to update all of these details here from the label, and also about the nutrients if possible. Don't forget that down at the bottom there's a section here for portion guides, which you'll also find on the label when they make their recommended portions. You'll find that once you've added your new food, if you click on the My Foods tab, that is where they appear, and the recipes appear under the My Recipes tab. Great thing about Nutritics, you'll notice there's no save button. It automatically saves everything as you go along. You hit the log to get back to our food log, and then if you wish you can put in details of any exercise and activity that your client's undertaken. Once the food log's complete, Nutritics allows you to generate a report. So in order to demonstrate this, I'm going to go back to a client that I know has actually got more details in the food log. We hit the report button here, and this generates our report. So you'll see these blue here is the recommended intake, the red here, that's your lower limit, your red here is your upper limit, and the black bars are the actual intake. And then if you play about down the side, hitting these blue arrows, you get different options as to what it is that you want to view, how much detail you want the report to be broken down into. Any problems that you have with Nutritics, on the right hand side of the page you'll see they've got tutorial videos. If you select this, it will then open up a new tab and it will bring up a whole load of user guides to help you along the way.